Whatever the day asked of you, it asked, and now it's done. Here we are at the quiet end of it. And there's a wonderful story tonight in the Acts of the Apostles about a woman by a river who listened and her heart was opened. And then Bishop Fulton Sheen on what love actually is. And it's not what you think. In our Monday evening reading from the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 16, we hear, "We set sail from Troas, making a straight run from Samothrace, and on the next day to Neapolis, and from there to Philippi, a leading city in that district of Macedonia, and a Roman colony. We spent some time in that city. On the Sabbath, we went outside of the city gate along the river, where we thought there would be a place of prayer. We sat and spoke with the women who had gathered there. One of them, a woman named Lydia, a dealer in purple cloth from the city of Thyatira, a worshiper of God, listened. And the Lord opened her heart to pay attention to what Paul was saying. After she and her household had been baptized, she offered us an invitation. If you consider me a believer in the Lord, come and stay at my home. And she prevailed on us. There's so much movement in the first part of this, and then it just stops. Troas, Samothrace, Neapolis, Philippi, boats and roads, and a Roman colony, a leading city. You can feel Paul and his companions covering ground, doing the work, going where they're sent. And then the Sabbath comes, and they go outside the city gate down by the river, looking for a place of prayer. They sit, they talk with the women who had gathered there. The pace changes completely. The whole story slows down to the size of a single conversation. And right there, in that quiet moment by the water, Luke gives us the line, "The Lord opened her heart to pay attention to what Paul was saying." Notice it wasn't Paul who opened her heart. Paul was just speaking. Lydia was just listening. She was already a worshiper of God, already someone who came down to the river on the Sabbath to pray. She was doing what she knew to do. And while she was doing it, the Lord did the part only the Lord can do. He opened her heart. He made her able to hear in a way she couldn't have achieved by herself. Psalm 149 sits right alongside this. The Lord takes delight in his people. He adorns the lowly with victory. There is something so gentle about that pairing tonight. Lydia by the river, a woman selling purple cloth, not a leader or a scholar, just someone who showed up to pray. And the Lord delights in her. He adorns her with the kind of victory that doesn't look like victory from the outside. Her heart opens. That's it. That's the whole thing. A lot of us at the end of a day can feel like we didn't do enough, didn't pray enough, didn't notice God enough, didn't get our act together enough. But Lydia is not doing anything dramatic in this passage. She is sitting by a river, listening. And that turns out to be the moment her whole life changes. The Lord meets her in the smallest, most ordinary act of attention she has to offer. Where in this day, even now, are we just sitting by the river? Where are we already doing the small faithful thing without making a big deal of it? That may be exactly the place He is working, even when we can't feel it. And then look what happens once her heart is opened. she gets baptized, her whole household with her. And the very thing she does is open her home. If you consider me a believer in the Lord, come and stay at my home. The text says she prevailed on them. She insisted. She wouldn't let them say no. The grace she received didn't stay inside her. It went straight out to other people in the form of a roof and a meal and a place to sleep. That is how it works. He opens our heart, and we are meant to pass it along. Hello friends, it's Aaron. Welcome to the Sacred Heart family, where we pray together, walk with the saints, and reflect on the gospel every day. If this evening's reflection brings you peace, please like and subscribe. As we prepare our hearts for rest, we now turn to the wisdom of Bishop Fulton Sheen. So the divine love is sacrificial love. Love does not mean to have and to own and to possess. It means to be had and to be owned and to be possessed. It is not a circle circumscribed by self. It is arms outstretched to embrace all humanity within its grasp. Let's read that line again slowly. To be had, to be owned, to be possessed. That is the opposite of how the world teaches us to love. We try to hold on. We try to keep things ours. We measure love in what we get back, what we keep, what we have. But Sheen says no. That's a circle circumscribed by self. A closed-off shape, arms folded. And what he's describing instead is arms outstretched. Someone reaching, not protecting. The shape of the cross, really. Christ on the cross, arms outstretched. His hands are open, giving himself completely. And we receive him exactly that way at every Mass. The Eucharist is his body and blood, placed into our hands or onto our tongues. He gives himself to us. That is what divine love does. It hands over self. So when Sheen says love means to be had, he's not being poetic. He is describing the actual movement of the Sacred Heart toward each one of us, and the movement we are slowly being shaped into ourselves. Lydia's open home in the reading is a tiny picture of this. Her arms went out. She didn't hold the grace she had received. She gave it away as quickly as she could. Most of us are somewhere on the road between the closed circle and the outstretched arms. And that's all right. That's the journey. Tonight we notice which way our arms are pointing, and to ask him gently to open them a little further than they were this morning. So we come to the end of this Monday. Maybe there is someone you sat with today, even briefly, who needed you to listen the way Paul listened to Lydia, or the way Lydia listened to Paul. Maybe there is a small kindness already taking shape for tomorrow. Set the rest down. Let the Lord, who opened Lydia's heart by that river, open yours tonight, in the quiet, while you sleep. He delights in his people. He delights in you. I invite you to share your intentions in the comments of the video, so that the Sacred Heart family may walk with you in faith and charity. Please join me in our Catholic evening prayers, uniting our hearts with the Church's May devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Click the link in the pinned comment now, and I'll see you there. And visit our new home, sacredheartpreciousblood.com. The home page is designed as our prayer hub, reflections, prayers, and rosaries, all in one easy-to-use place. God bless.